Craig and the marmoset. Either or. They can get called red belly moustached tamarins as well. Yes.
Run about in there. There's 4 of them. Very, very happy little. I'm only getting one of them connecting. Hopefully you can hear. Hello. I think I'm on Craig's.
You're on mine.
What do you mean you're on Craig?
I've not. It's not connecting.
Where's your mic? Oh.
Hold on until I turn this off and back on again.
That's got no tape on it. It's been put in the wrong box.
No, that'll be why then. Can you go get the other one?
Yeah.
Just while we go to Anna. Can't hear Ben very well, YouTube's saying. I've got you. This should be us sorted. Right. So, in here, Facebook, you'll be absolutely fine. In here, we have Anna's enclosure. Now, giving her a wee bit of privacy, aren't we, Craig?
Yeah.
Because she's obviously had this big operation. She's low stress is what we're looking for.
She needs time to recover.
Needs a good bit of time to recover. And yeah, tell us, first of all, let's get into, we should go into the closure. Can we go in?
You might be able to. Ben's still a bit standoffish.
Is he?
But there she is. And the porthole at the back.
And there we are, the star of the show, Miss Anna. In her little porthole at the back. You think Ben would be okay, no?
He's actually a bit erratic now.
Yeah, he's a bit excited.
protecting her.
Look at her, he's in there to protect her. Right, we'll not bother, we'll stay here.
Yes, we'll stay here. This is safe.
Let's stay here. This is a good angle to get at. You hold that, Craig?
Yeah, sure.
Hiya, pal. You okay? Don't come out here, remember. You stay in there. So, let's get into Anna's operation a little bit. Now, if you're in the supporters group, you had a full rundown of it from Christoph, who was actually inside the operating theatre yesterday. And it was a big, big day for everyone, wasn't it?
Huge day.
An exhausting day.
Oh, yeah. I'm still exhausted.
It was, Craig had a 13-hour day just waiting around, ready to answer any questions that the surgeons may have had. And it turned out to be the longest, or what we think is the longest recorded operation on a primate of that size.
For eyes.
Well,
Or in general.
he never said that. He said in general.
Oh, wow.
So he said the fact that she's even came round from the anaesthetic the way that she has is somewhat remarkable. So, how successful was it, Craig? Do you want to give us a wee rundown of what happened and what the story was?
It's hard to tell. Like, we know it's been a success because he's successfully managed to remove the cataracts from the eye. We're just waiting to see. It'll be a period between 12 weeks before we'll notice huge differences. But the fact we've managed to remove the cataracts is still a huge thing. We've got to wait and see, because if she was born blind, that part of the brain won't work. So even the cataracts has been cleared, there's still a chance she may not be able to see. But even in the small period of time since she's been more active this morning, I've been in there and it feels like she's following me around with her face more now. So I opened the door this morning, put my hand in, lifted it up, and it almost seemed like her head followed my hand up. And I've never seen her do that before. And I came in earlier to give her second load of antibiotics. And as the tongs got close to her with her marshmallow, she reacted, she tried to hit it away. And I've never seen her go for it, because it's usually right in front of her face before she eats it. But she reacted and tried to hit the tongs away. So I definitely believe she's got some degree of sight. But we just need to wait a little longer and see how much sight she's got.
Improved sight already. So, ended up being a 5-hour operation for Anna, which is longer than anyone expected. Now, the hope was we're going to be able to go in and operate on the eye, remove the cataracts, and insert a new lens in there so that she would have HD vision, much the same as you or I have. Now, our eye is that small and that tiny that it ended up not being the case. We couldn't get a lens that was small enough to be able to be reinserted back into the eye. So she has no lenses in her eye. Now that's okay, it just means she's got standard definition rather as high definition. And the difference being, rather as they're staring through a frosted pane of glass like you would have in your bathroom, for example, she will now be able to see through a window pane, a clear window pane.
Yeah, so they explained that she'll still have a really good degree of sight, much better than she's ever had. But she won't be able to focus as well. So she won't be able to squint to focus in on specific things. Also, she will have to learn how to use her eyes again. So she won't understand depth perception properly. She'll think things are closer or further away. So we've been recommended to keep her inside for a little bit of time, because she'll start thinking she can do more than she can actually do, and she'll jump across and miss something and hurt herself. So she's mapped out this area so well that we can trust her inside here, but outdoors is a bit of a different story. So Ben's still allowed out, but Anna's got to have a bit of indoor time. So we'll just keep following doctor's orders.
Yeah, but overall, the surgery was an overwhelming success, and the size of lens that was actually needed was, I think, between 3 and 5 millimeters.
Yeah.
Something tiny. And
Yeah.
the incredible skill and professionalism that was displayed by everyone at Veterinary Vision and Penrith was just mind-blowing, wasn't it?
Phenomenal.
And they included us in every single step of the way, and yeah, we couldn't be more thankful or grateful for the service that they gave us, and the favours they called in, the human eye lens people who actually make lenses for human eyes had actually donated a lot of the tools for free to help do this operation. So remarkable effort by everyone. Big shout out to Chris, the surgeon, who pulled it off, and my goodness, was it a challenge. It was a real big challenge. So you'll see this paper we've got on the floor down here. That's all been removed. This has all been disinfected in here and completely cleaned from top to bottom, isn't it, Craig?
Yeah, it's all been fully swept out, hoovered out, fully disinfected, and the substrate has to be removed to avoid any dust particles going into her eyes. Also, her bedding has been removed, and she's got some nice comfy blankets up there, just to try and avoid any dust particles, because it'll just irritate her eyes. We all know how bad it is getting something inside her eyes, so it's already bad enough for her. She's got sutures in there, and we're trying our hardest to stop her scratching at them and pulling. So what they've done is they've left, you'll see at the moment what she's doing, they've left the bandage on her leg where her cannula was inserted, and it's given her a distraction, so she'll avoid touching her eyes because she's so focused on taking that bandage off. So that's the reason that's been left on.
So it's just a distraction, it's a major distraction, so that she forgets about the eyes, stops pawing away at them, and just focuses on that. So it's working well, isn't it?
It's working well. And also the other good thing that was noted is that we've taught them to drink out of water bottles as opposed to bowls, because they've got a bit of a, what's the word?
Habit.
A bit of a habit of dunking their faces in bowls, so we don't want them sutures to dissolve away quicker than they should. The downside is we can't get eye drops into her because she's not handleable, but she has taken her medication well, so she's taken her pain relief and her antibiotics, which is definitely a bonus.
It's her, so it's an antibiotics which is called Sinulux. You actually use that in goats as well.
We've used it on meerkats as well.
Yeah, so it's a wide-ranging antibiotic, and that just keeps all the infections at bay, and is going to be crucial for her. And the fact that it's got sweetener in it really helps because she's keen to take it. She seems to quite actually enjoy it, doesn't she?
She didn't like the gabapentin because it's a better medication, and she saw that straight away when she was eating her marshmallow. She got that taste and spat the marshmallow. I've never seen her reject a marshmallow, but as soon as she got that better gabapentin that we used to calm her down for the journey, she knew straight away we were up to something.
Yeah, and the gabapentin is our stress reliever and anti-anxiety for the journey. So she managed to take some of it, but not all, but that calmed her down enough that we were happy that she was able to travel. And really for her, things went as good as they possibly could have went. You know, it was, Ben's just taking me biscuit up there, I must have got a little bit hungry. It was as much of a success as we could possibly have hoped for, and her recovery has been even more of a success than we could have hoped for. The fact that she's so bright, she's eating, she's drinking, she's working away with that bandage rather just pulling at her eyes, and we've got everything in place to allow her to have a full recovery. And hopefully her eyesight is going to be massively and wildly improved on what it was. And for the 24 hours that she was outside of her pen and separated for Ben, that is a massive trade-off for getting your eyesight back and eyesight restored. So we couldn't be happier with her. She's got wee swollen eyes, bless her. But tonight, have a look at Christoph's video that he's filmed from inside the operating theatre and with the surgeon, Chris, who carried out the procedure. I was in the room when he done he had an amazing diagram which shows you exactly what they were trying to achieve and what they were trying to do during the whole operation process and how they done it. And he just gives fantastic insights into it. It's honestly, it is a must watch. It'll be one of the most interesting videos that we've ever produced at Bilscon. And it just gives you an idea and a glimpse into the world of how intricate, tiny, and minute details all have to be accounted for, and the level of skill of these surgeons is unbelievable. He's taken the incision he had to make in Anna's eye to remove the lens was 2.8 millimeters. Trying to even get a blade that small was such a challenge, and everything carried out throughout the whole 5-hour operation. He carried the whole thing out underneath a microscope. He stared through a microscope for 5 hours, just carrying out this operation. Whilst, by the way, the exotic animal specialist from the University of Liverpool, steady on, Ben, the University of Liverpool were monitoring her blood levels, her temperature, her sugar levels, everything to make sure she was comfortable, she was happy and healthy whilst they were under anaesthetic. So at the same time as her being operated on, they were always staring at this monitor, making sure everything's okay. And they were actually, through the cannula, putting tiny levels of sugar into the bloodstream, because being under anaesthetic, Chris explains to me, is like going on a brisk walk constantly. And to stay warm, to keep their body going, it uses up quite a lot of energy. So they had to keep the blood sugar levels up. So that apparently is one of the most difficult things and the most skillful things throughout the whole operation, is actually trying to get that sweet spot of the blood sugar levels. So again, huge amounts of skill on show there, isn't it?
Ridiculous amounts of skill.
And to be able to do it, all of us are in awe, really, aren't we? That this has even been possible, and that everyone's came together and everyone's shown an interest in it. And do you know what? Quite rightly so, because it deserves it. It really does.
They also said that there was no known data on these monkeys for any sort of medical procedures.
No.
So this is new, completely new. It looks like it's never been done before on this species of monkey.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely brand new data that they're able to compile from doing this surgery.
And hopefully in the future, that's something that can be used to help other primates of this size potentially go under the same operation and carry out the same type of surgery. And that would be something Chris would be able to advise on and ultimately improve the quality of life of primates in the future as well. So it's not just for Anna, it's actually paving the way for future and for future operations. And that data now is always available and readily available, and will be, I would imagine, published for journals throughout the world that are going to be able to see how to do it, that it is possible, and that we've had success on it as well. So almost feels a really cool thing to have been a part of.
It's an amazing thing to be part of. I mean, who can really say they were involved in getting a monkey's eyes fixed?
I know.
There's a very small portion of people in the world that have been involved in doing something like that.
And literally restoring sight. And you can see the way that she's even going about better than what she was this morning. That's her down on the lower level. That's Anna down there. She's on the floor just now.
She's not sure of this paper because she's used to having a substrate. But she's been way more active, and it almost looks like she's seeking things out. That's what it does.
So all good news, all pointing in the right direction, and a resounding success story that we hope we can get spread throughout the world about how it can be done, and the levels that we're not just us, but the vets and the exotic specialists are willing to go to just to try, solely to try and benefit one tiny little monkey. And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So
I'll do it all again.
Yeah. Although it's stressful, and I mean, this is how many months in the making? 4 months, 5 months in the making?
Yeah.
So
At the
from
same
initial
time,
consultation?
We've got to really thank Keith from Bard because he got the ball rolling for us.
He did, yeah. He put us in touch with the consults and stuff, consultants and stuff. So, yeah, Bard Vets as well. Shout out to them because they got the ball rolling with it, like Craig says. So, very successful. Happy to bring you that, and really want you to tune into the video tonight. Please go and watch it. 8 o'clock tonight. It'll be on main page and Alscon Daily as well, where you can catch that, and it'll be on YouTube as well, of course. I think it's a 2-parter. And yeah, you can see loads of behind the scenes from the whole operation, the whole journey, catching her, getting her medicated, taking her down to Penrith, getting her in the box. You know, it's really interesting. I think you'll love it. So there you go, 8 o'clock tonight. And yeah, she's looking happy, healthy, and all good to go. So big thumbs up, big like in the stream for that. And yeah, we're very thankful. Right, anything you'd like to add, Craig?
No, it's all very emotional.
It is.
There's like a lump in my throat when I think about it. I was so worried about the whole thing and exhausted, so no, I can't really say any more without getting a wee bit teary.
Aye, quite right. It's a big achievement from everyone, so there you go. Right, we'll give this to Seaside. Your mic's still not working, I don't think, see. Unless you turn it off and turn it back on again. Let me turn mine off. Right, you turn yours off? I'm on. Is yours? No. Okay, right. Hockey. We are on the move. So we are heading back out to the animal shed. Put that on there. Still keep it on though, because you've got Facebook on there.
We've just checked the weather. We can't run these animals out tonight.
Ah, you're kidding me.
Heavy rain from 1 a.m.
Right, let's go and talk about worms. See,
What else would you rather do?
nothing on a Friday night at 5 o'clock. Absolutely nothing. Let me come off Wi-Fi. 2 seconds, guys. Right. Okay. So, working with the vet school has proved invaluable for us. Now, you will all know and remember, I'm sure. And if you haven't been watching that long, remember and hit that little follow button. And by the way, if you did enjoy that little breakdown on what how things have went from Craig's point of view in looking after Anna, come and join us in our supporters group. It's a great way to support the farm. Without that kind of support, we can't do Anna's operation. Things like that are, you know, absolutely paramount to being able to be able to actually carry out the operation as a whole. So yeah, the support from our supporters group and all you guys on the whole helps us do that. But on our live today, around 12:30 on the supporters group, Christoph was in the office and we're going through everything and talking about the day yesterday. So you got to hear it from Christoph's side of things, inside the theatre, and how things were going and what the interaction was like between the surgeons, etc. And how things actually went from inside the theatre. So it was fascinating and a really interesting day for Christoph as well. So make sure you join us in there and you can catch up on that. It is truly worth a listen to. So let's go on to the worm. Let's go on to Homunculus. Homunculus. Now, Homunculus is a stinker of a worm. And for those of you who have been watching all the way through Lambing Time, you'll know that we got 21 brand new goats in who were pregnant already.
Yes.
Now, upon further investigation into these ladies, we had a little bit of a nightmare because they had very small kids. On the whole, they had very small kids. Who's this, see? And the kids were quite weak and we're having to battle away to try and get them going. The colostrum the mums were displaying was pretty poor quality and that affected things majorly throughout kidding time. And it was all a bit of a pushing water up a hill situation where we didn't feel like we could actually get anywhere. But we have a solution now. We have an answer as to what was happening. So with the vet school's help from Glasgow and Hannah coming out, having a look at everyone, randomly fecal sampling everyone. So basically taking lumps of their poo. And I know, pretty gross, but analysing that poo and seeing what was going on, told us that they had came in, and they came in at the end of winter, end of winter, kind of heading for spring, and they'd came in with worms. Now that's unusual because goats are, on the whole, kept inside over winter. So coming in with a worm burden was a big surprise, but when they should have been wintered throughout in a shed and obviously wormed at that time of year. They obviously hadn't been, and they were carrying a high worm burden. So they're all wormed a few weeks ago. Job done. Didn't really have to think much of it. Now, one in particular, of all of the new goats that we brought in, and this is some of our new herd here, one in particular out of the 21 goats that we sampled had a very high worm count, and she couldn't quite understand what was going on, and she wanted to send it for Hannah, the vet from Glasgow Vet School, wanted to send it for further testing to see just why this worm count was so high compared to everyone else. Now, you can actually test the worm samples for in particular types of worm, and this came back as positive for something called homunculus. Now, that is probably one of the most deadly worms that you can get. And it's also called barber's pole worms because of the appearance of the worm. It has a red and white appearance spiraling down its body. The red is and I'm reciting all this information that I've been learning about it. The red is from ingested blood that has been taken from the goats, and the white is the organs of the worm. So it's given this red and white spiral right down it. So it's called barber's pole worm on the female worms, that is. It has this kind of appearance. Now, it's one of the most deadly ones because it causes anemia, because it's actually a blood-sucking worm. So we have to get that sorted out. And this is just rotten luck that we've came in with this. And the reason we've had to go through today and worm everything again, even though you just done it, what, a couple of weeks ago, see?
Literally a couple of weeks ago, yeah.
Is because normal wormers, and we used something called Automec this year, does not actually touch this homunculus worm. We have to use something with a product called closantel in it, which is in a lot of fluke doses. So if you're dosing for fluke and worm, you sometimes use two different doses. So one for liver fluke and one for worms. So we don't need to do liver fluke in here because the girls don't ever go outside, but we need a fluke dose to kill off this homunculus worm. So it's quite complicated. You have to look into the different ingredients and the wormers and the fluke doses to make sure that you're giving them the right thing to take this one away. And we haven't had any losses from this homunculus worm.
Surprisingly.
I will say, surprisingly. Yes, we've got a few that are potentially suffering with it, like this girl over here is quite low on body fat. But if we get it sorted out, then we'll be absolutely fine. We can get that worm out of them and they'll start recovering pretty quickly. They'll start boosting up reasonably quickly. So that's a good thing overall, and we're hopefully on top of it. But what a hassle. What a hassle, see?
Dosing goats once is a nightmare. Dosing them twice is a disaster.
Yep, it sure is. Dosing sheep, really no hassle. It's pretty simple. Loads of you all done that who are watching. Went and gave the sheep their medication straight down the throat. You get a little dosing gun, it's called. And it goes right down the throat, squirts in the substance. That's it, all good to go, all fine. It doesn't take really any effort whatsoever. Now, if you're dosing a goat, they are the worst because they will cough and splutter and spit it out at every given opportunity, and you end up using way more than what you initially thought because they just want to spit it out all the time. They seem to be able to hold it in their gullet and then just dribble it all out of their mouth, don't they?
Yeah, and it usually goes all over who's holding them.
Yeah, so it's all over our hands. It's a total pain. It'll be on C's vlog Wednesday. Tonight on Connor's vlog.
Tomorrow.
Do you want to fix that before that's over? So on Connor's vlog tomorrow night, if you've been catching up on them on YouTube, loads of people have been loving them. You'll see us dosing these goats and getting them all sorted. But yeah, complete pain in the backside, I will say. Total pain in the backside. But it should be done now. It should be done, it should be sorted. And even though it might only be one or two on the farm, it meant that we had to do 57. Which is something that we don't want to think about too much, because that's actually really annoying now to say it out loud.
Why do you have to say it out loud?
So all of the expense of the does, and then me, C and Kyle all catching and dozing and trying to get them done, it's just a job that you're like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
For the second time.
Sorry?
Again for the second
Yeah, for the second time, yeah. So won't affect the goat kids, more likely just to affect the mums if it does pass, but hopefully, a lot of this was just for a degree of caution.
Yeah.
and to make sure that we don't end up with a problem going on in the future. But all sorted now, all dosed, all wormed, and hopefully that's the end of the story. Now, we have to talk, whilst everyone's on here, please get your shares in, everyone. If you could hit that wee share button on the stream, that would be awesome, and give us a big thumbs up in there. There's so many people who've been watching the stream, and that's all down to you guys for interacting with us, coming and saying hello. Just hitting that wee thumbs up button is awesome as well, and helps more than you can know. And we're super excited to be bringing you to the Highland Show. Now, Thursday next week, we are heading up to the Highland Show, me and Christoph. Thursday morning, we will be up there. Thursday, we will be filming all day, getting our donkeys into their stables, getting them all sorted. I've got all their stables sorted now, thank goodness. And then heading into Edinburgh, on Thursday night for our Edinburgh stream. Now, it's going to be a mixture between landmarks around Edinburgh and a J.K. Rowling / Harry Potter stream as well, where we're going around all the different landmarks that around Edinburgh that have inspired the Harry Potter books as well. So she's very jealous. In fact, he's scowling at me. Did you see that scowl as you came round? Did you see that scowl?
I'm so jealous. Big Harry Potter.
She loves a bit of Harry Potter, and he said from the start throughout this, that was the worst scowl I've ever. Just as I turned around there, just like, oh, gritting his teeth. He's away at his sister's wedding, so he can't do the Highland Show this year. But it's going to be epic. I'm really looking forward to it. And Christoph could not be any more excited. He's writing a script.
That's endless.
I'm not even joking. Christoph is writing a script. So next Thursday night, mark it in your calendars. Thursday coming, we'll be live from Edinburgh, an Edinburgh stream. You all know how it went last year. Slightly chaotic.
Slightly?
I think Rach watched it from start to finish last year, didn't she? It was just me and myself, and it was chaos, but great fun. So I'm hoping to have that again this year. And yeah, we've got loads of things planned, so do definitely join us, and hopefully we'll have a fantastic stream. But that is only the beginning of our Highland Show coverage. We've got our Starlink all ready to go. We'll be streaming live from the Highland Show as we get the donkeys ready to go into the ring. Thursday, Friday and Saturday we'll be streaming from the show, and it's all very, very exciting. It's a massive build-up. For months we've been getting these guys prepared. Claire and Fee have been working their socks off, as has Graham and Vic as well, who help us every year at the Highland Show. We could not do it without them, so big shout out to Graham and Vic that come and give us their time, their energy, their advice, just because they're fantastic people.
They are amazing people.
And they help us out so much. Like I say, we could not do it without them. Graham especially is always working behind the scenes to try and make it as good an experience as it can be for not only us, but all of you guys as well. So Buddy and Rosie are looking in prime condition. Buddy is looking fantastic. He's looking really, really well. He's had a flurry just at the right time. He's been preparing for this, and he's going to blossom right before the Highland Show.
Yeah, he's actually looking. It was a bit of a worry, wasn't it?
It was.
He's looking amazing right now.
But Claire and Fee have been grooming him, ready for the show, ready to look his very, very best, and it is paying off dividends because he is looking fantastic. Star, Mary heading up to the show, along with Saul. Star and Saul are obviously going into the ring. They're looking fantastic. Training going really well with them as well. Training is going to be no bother at all with Buddy because he is so well behaved and he's fantastic on the halter. Rosie's getting there as well. It's taken a fair bit of work, but she's definitely getting there, and she's proven to be a little star in the making, hopefully, and I'm excited to get her up there. That's Graham's big hope.
Her birthday the other day as well.
Yeah, she's just turned 1.
Look at how amazing she's looking.
She's looking fantastic, and this is Graham's big hope. This is who he thinks could possibly do the best at the show. So we'll wait and find out how things go, but very, very excited to get them all up there, and let's see how things go and if we can possibly bring home that red rosette, which would be absolutely fantastic. So busy day on the farm, absolutely non-stop today. It's I'm ready to go and get fish and chips, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to go and get some fish and chips. Wendy says, just hope the lady who wins every year isn't there. I hope she does, so we can try and beat her.
Yeah, you need her there.
You need her there. Absolutely we do. Absolutely. By the way, lovely lady.
Yes.
Of course. And yeah, are you a bit disappointed to be missing out at sea?
Yeah, I am. I was talking to Kyle about it today. I am a bit gutted to be missing it out.
So it's a big highlight of the year, isn't it?
There's always next year. I can't have my sister's wedding next year, so
Yeah.
gotta make the sacrifices.
You do, hey, you do see. It's not a sacrifice. It's just
Well.
like, yeah. Who is commenting saying, Margaret Crombie says, I am a new member, a new subscriber. Hi, Margaret. Welcome to the group. Thank you for subscribing and for supporting us. Thank you so much. And yeah, I think that is us done for this evening. We're going to go and get some dinner. Up to anything tonight, see?
No, nothing tonight.
I don't think I've got anything on. I think I'm going to try and put a fence in my back garden. That's how. C says, by the way, the hammer for putting in fence posts is broken. It's half snapped the handle, so watch doesn't hit your shin. But I'll put a cable tie around the snapped handle.
Also, it was a very big cable tie, so you're welcome.
So if I come in with a big bruise on my forehead, it's because the top of the hammer slipped off and cracked me in the head. Hopefully not, Lucy.
Yeah.
Be fine. Be absolutely fine. Well, yeah, sure. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We're going to be back tomorrow. Me and Alice are going to be back tomorrow afternoon. We're doing a shopping live afternoon to show you all of our gifts that are on the website, all of our merch, new products that we've got coming out as well, which we're really excited to show you. So hopefully tomorrow around 2 p.m. we'll be on live to show you everything that we've got for a couple of hours. So hopefully you can come and place some orders with us. We'll package them as we are going. We're caught up completely with the packages, all new stock in. And we'll package them up for you on live and show you all the products at the same time. So looking forward to that tomorrow 2 p.m, Saturday 2 p.m. That's our time, and we'll see you all then. So from Farmer Connor and myself, Farmer Ben, we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye guys, have a fantastic weekend.